Welcome back to Let's Play DDO Permadeath. So I'm going to be doing Misery's Peak in this one, but I need to do one more quest first to get my elite streak up to 5. So here we are at Haverdasher. Yep, I'm on 4 and this will be number 5.
A skittering sound beneath the floor sets your nerves on edge.
Alright, I'm taking this one seriously. This can be pretty nasty. You can take a lot of damage in here. I think with the death aura I'm going to be fine. But I'm bringing in all my allies here. I should have swapped out Charm as well. Poor scorpions don't stand a chance in the web though.
With a final spasm, the last scorpion collapses.
Here's the named scorpion not here then. I didn't know the named scorpion was capable of not showing up in here. Ha, my dwarf is too short to use the mirror. I don't think I've ever seen the named scorpion not show up there. It must be a pretty high percentage chance of showing. %10 movement bonus is quite nice, but I think the 5 hit points is more useful to me right now. Oops, there are rewards for this one now, so worth picking those up. Whoa. So that's pretty nice for the level of the quest. Not terribly useful to me, but wow. Alright, 20 hit points on a ring, that seems worth grabbing. As should be apparent by now, I take my hit points very seriously playing Permadeath. At least on everyone except ranged guys. Alright, on to Misery's Peak. So Misery's I'll be doing Elite, which is a level 2 on Elite, but I don't think it will cause me any trouble. It's a pretty straightforward quest. Alright. And Misery should be a pretty big chunk of XP as well. It should get me at least another rank. I should be very close to level 4 by the time I finish it, which will have me nicely set up for my Elite Harbour run. Yes, definitely can't go without Master's Touch. Alright, just thinking about what spells to take into Miseries. I think having the extra summons is not useful for the fights in Miseries. I don't really need more targets to soak up damage, and I can't heal the summons, so I don't think he'll last very long in there. Swap that out for Nyx, I think. It gives me a nice bit of range damage against...
You come across a makeshift camp. A scraggly dwarf sits on a log, trying in vain to keep warm.
A nice bit of range damage against the casters. There are a couple of fights in there where having some ranged is handy. Primarily though, I am going to melee through and use Charm. Charm is quite handy against the groups of mobs in here. Although web will be the most useful thing in here by far. That should help against both the zombies and the groups of human enemies.
A bone-chilling breeze emanates from the mouth of Misery's Peak.
Alright, yep, that is a nice chunk of XP. Should be about 6k by the time I'm done.
You're here. Come, there isn't much time. Selimus, ready your party. I'll weaken the barrier for you.
Ready! Charge!
Good. Now to clear your path.
Peyton clears the passageway for you. Now to find this Quarry Mindsunder artifact.
Go, quickly. I will mask your presence from the Mind Flayer.
Right, yes, I was going to swap spells and then totally forgot.
Victims of the Devourer cult arise from the icy ground, bound to slay the living and add to their grim number.
Okay. And while I'm playing through here, I was going to talk about something. I was actually going to talk about the process of making the videos, since a few people had asked questions about that. Nice, the Skeleton Knight's actually really effective in here. He does good slashing damage against the zombies. And is doing fine against the casters as well. So I'm recording with Fraps, which is a piece of screen capture recording software for Windows, which is specific to 3D games. You need a different piece of software for recording the desktop, I gather. And it seems to do a pretty good job. You can toggle it on and off with a key press, and use another key press to control when it's recording my audio. So I have that assigned to the same key as I use for push to talk when I'm playing in groups, so that works out quite nicely. So the game is only recording me when I want it to for the recording.
Several humanoid figures surround a glowing pedestal. Their putrid forms are frozen in contorted poses. Their faces set in silent, eternal screams.
So that gets me the basic recordings. But Fraps's recordings, Fraps is basically just taking a high-resolution screenshot 30 times a second. So those recordings take up crazy amounts of disk space, like 50 gigabits per hour of recording or something like that. So they fill up your hard drive pretty fast. So I then use a program called MPlayer, the M-encoder program from the MPlayer package. It's just your Linux program. I use Linux on my computer rather than Windows for everything except gaming. I use the MPlayer program to re-encode the videos, so they've actually got compression. Which makes the videos about 100 times smaller and means I can upload them in a practical time. So I keep a copy of all the videos locally, even though I've uploaded them to YouTube. And so I need them not to take up too much space, given I'm recording a pretty large amount of video at this point. The previous Permadeath guy must have racked up, I don't know, 50 hours of play, maybe 100. Which is a lot of high resolution video to store. More importantly though, it makes it smaller for uploading to YouTube. Since I don't have a lot of upload bandwidth. And sometimes I do slightly more fancy stuff, so I was using a package called AVI Demux on Linux, which lets you do video editing. And I still do a bit of video editing, but not so much as I was when I first started recording. Trying to put some distance between myself and my skeleton here so we don't both get webbed at once. This bit can be quite dangerous with the ice spiders. Their web is nearly as effective as mine is. And there are plenty of them. Well, they're coming in with the fire wand here, makes it a lot easier.
The door is locked by a pair of signal crystals. Hopefully the control mechanisms are in this cabin somewhere.
Sure there's, oh there it is. Sure there's more of these guys around. Perhaps I should stand a bit closer to my guy for a while here. Yep, so I'm using mplayer to do the encoding and sometimes using AVI demux to do some editing. Although I'm not doing that so much these days because it's very easy to toggle on and off recording, and the main editing thing I've been doing is simply cutting the video essentially. I largely cut it as I'm playing now by toggling on and off recording. Yes, making sure I've picked up any stuff on the ground that will give me some money. Money's still pretty useful at this stage of the game, so I'm happy to spend time picking stuff up. One of the things that has been a little annoying though is just remembering to the hassle of actually running all the encoding of all the video. So since I'm a computer programmer by trade, I've actually now written a program to set off the video encoding automatically every time I turn my computer on. So it automatically does the encoding in the background and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's very handy. So I was having to spend some time just setting the encoding off. More ice spiders. Normally I bring Burning Hands into this quest, but I didn't take that spell to learn, since I had other things to acquire. So I don't have Burning Hands yet on this guy. It's a nice thing to have in this quest, but not essential. My skeleton's not being super useful here. That's more like it. So finally then there's the actual uploading to YouTube. Mostly that's about setting it off at night when I've got unlimited bandwidth. Since I have limited bandwidth during the day, but I've got unlimited at night, so...
Signal crystal activated. You hear the stone door at the base of the cavern rolling open.
Also, you can't be uploading video at the same time as playing or doing anything else that uses the internet really, since it does use up all your bandwidth. So I said I usually leave that to upload at night. But that's another thing where I've now written a program to do the uploading for me overnight, so I don't have to remember to set it off in the evening. It's a pity that the YouTube upload interface doesn't provide you with a set this video to upload and start doing it at this time. That would be a pretty neat feature. Yes, the YouTube uploading program I've actually just written, so I've only just started using that. But it's a pretty nice thing to have. Saves worrying about remembering to upload stuff. Alright, time to shrine, get my spell points back. And to swap in Nyx. Nyx wouldn't have been super useful up until now, but it gets more useful now. That is better. I suppose Sonic Blast would work quite well as well, but I didn't really need it. I didn't really need Sonic Blast now that I have Web. Okay, time to get out of here. As usual, I'm going to feather fall down, save myself fighting through all that stuff again. Yes, it's important to have the uploading running every night, partly because it takes me about 8 hours to upload 1 hour of video, so I can very easily fall behind with uploading if I'm not careful. And depending on how much playing I'm getting done, of course. I could encode videos to lower quality, but I think it's actually nice for people that want to be able to read the text on screen. And it's generally better to let YouTube encode it down to the lower resolutions rather than lowering the resolution myself.
Chills run down your spine as you finally come face to face with the dragon that has been terrorizing Korthos. Even at rest, it is a truly awesome beast.
Wow, I thought he was actually going to attack me for a moment there. That would have been a fun way to die. Always worries me about doing these videos is as soon as I start uploading the videos, I expect to die in the very next video.
Cultists attracted by the roar of combat rush out to confront you.
Yeah, so it takes about 8 hours to upload 1 hour of video, and I don't tend to delete the raw video on my machine until I've finished uploading to YouTube. So I can fill up my hard drive pretty fast if I forget to upload. I'm beating on the kill count, Skeletal Knight. He's doing pretty well for a summons, though. I guess the fact that I'm not that strong a melee character is helping him a bit. I think I made a -5 int on that attack. Is that some part of the zombie form that I've not realized before? That was odd. The ghouls actually do reasonable damage in here, so I'm, apart from the casters, which you always go for first, I am taking the time to knock the ghouls out early. This is a spot where charm is very handy. Time to put shield back on. You don't want to be without shield in here. Not if you can help it anyway. And my side triumphs.
Another heavy door. Hopefully the switch is nearby and not too well guarded.
Yep, I am doing terrible at remembering to hit switches on this run. At least I'm forgetting in the quests where it doesn't cost me much time.
Quavers, and you look down to see a tunnel beneath the ice. The dragon roars as it thunders after Selimas and Jeets and Talbron. The ruse is working.
Okay, I think I want to be up this side first. And my skeleton agrees. And this is the charm room. I always use lots of charm in here. The layout of the room makes charm very nice. You can hit guys on the far side. Let them fight amongst themselves. Okay, that should be enough to be going on with. Alright, that's the way to do it. It can be a little risky playing that fight with charm, but I think it's by far the most fun way to play it.
A signal crystal glows with power, as you engage the first control lever. But where is the second?
Of course, the downside of not bringing burning hands in here is I won't have quite so much fun against the ice flenser. But I'm sure it can't do me enough damage to be a problem, so that doesn't really matter. Alright, I guess I should try it again.
Fresh frozen air gust in from the newly opened door below.
It's a nicely designed quest, this. This was actually one of the quests that sold me on the game. Convinced me it was a fun game. It's a nice layout. It makes a nice climactic ending, I think, to the Corvus storyline. It manages to be substantial enough to give the climax some weight, I think. I know a lot of Permadeathers are not very keen on this one because it's quite long and not terribly interesting gameplay-wise, but I find it okay. Oh yes, my web is looking pretty good right now. It's looking so good, in fact, that I didn't notice I didn't actually have Master's Touch on. Alright, Human Exterminator 1 gets me an action point. Awesome. I nearly accidentally cast Charm on him immediately after uncharming him. That would have been a bit sad. These guys can't get through any of my DR at all, it seems. It turns out to be a pretty good heirloom item for low levels, the Furor's hide that I picked up. It goes nicely with the DR against everything except slashing that I get from my zombie form here. Okay, nearly done. Alright, we're past all the danger now. Not that this quest is very dangerous generally, but... this part is entirely easy. And I'm accumulating lots of healing potions that I can't use in form. Still, there will be plenty of quests where I won't want to be in the undead form, sadly, because of clerics. That is a lot of starter potions of healing, actually. My DR
Waves
has...
of psychic energy pound into you as you spot a green crystal on the ledge ahead. At last, this must be the quarry Mindsunder.
my DR has saved me a lot of the healing I would normally be needing to do at these levels. And having the self-healing now clearly helps.
The Mind Flayer and Dragon are locked in a contest of wills. This could be your chance to destroy the Mindsunder.
Onslaught,
The
Vandal.
Mind Flayer shrieks as it loses the Mindsunder's power. The dragon reasserts its will and looks very annoyed.
Follow me. Hayton wants a word with you.
Here, take this portal, so you won't have to walk back.
And like magic, the snows stopped. Savior of Korthos! They cheer as you return. But destiny has greater plans for you than just this small village.
Alright, I'm taking the mnemonic aid, of course, as is the only sensible thing to do on any caster. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.